Joe, hello.
Hey,
Good
how you
evening,
doing,
sir.
Arne?
Doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. How are you tonight?
You're always like so positive. That's what I love about you. People tell me I'm positive, but I really believe that you're a naturally positive person. So I appreciate working with you, and I'm doing great.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I take that compliment. I really take pride in having a good mood. Doesn't happen
Why
by
not?
accident.
And
Yeah,
why not?
exactly. I feel like like everybody can choose their attitude towards life. And if we have nothing left to choose, we still get to choose our attitude, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing we can control 100%. And I just prefer being in a good mood, right? So I choose perspectives that serve me. So that's my secret sauce here, if you
That's
wanted to know.
I agree with that. Attitude is like half the battle in life, right? It really is.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, why don't you introduce yourself? Like, who are you? What do you do for a living? What do you not do?
Okay, my name is Barry. I'm a problem solver, I guess. I
Okay.
work as an insurance broker at my own firm, BMG Insurance and Financial Services, and basically I do benefits consulting for companies as well as life insurance planning and estate planning for individuals using wealth transfer strategies, and that's a lot of what I do. So I've been doing that for many years, and it's fun. I have fun doing what I do with my clients. It's been many years I've been doing this, and I'm still going strong, and now even stronger with you. That's giving me even more energy.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, walk us back to when we got started. Like you were at, I think, 230 pounds back then.
yeah, it's just over 230 pounds.
230
Uh,
pounds. Okay.
That was about 5 months, close to 5 months ago, I believe.
Yeah.
And so far I've lost close to 40 pounds.
Wow. 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 Yeah.
And I sometimes I like it's sort of like it's been a while now, so like it's like my new Barry, like you call it the Barry 2.0, but it's almost like now like it feels I can't believe like I was that way before. Like it's a different person. So I'm just saying my whole concept of myself has
Mhm.
changed. We're always changing, but my concept physically now and my mental construct of what physically you should look like. So I always was a big bulky guy. I was always a strong guy. I was always one of the strongest
Mhm.
guys in the
Mhm.
grade. I played football and that. Skiing is my biggest sport, as you know. I was always a bit chunky. Weight always went up and down, but I almost like felt that it was my spot in life was always to be, a little chunky, somewhat strong, muscular, and I always went up and down the weight, like we all talked about yo-yo diets and stuff, and eating no carbs and this and that. But it's only now with this whole process and experience with you and eating better, but also losing this much weight that I'm seeing what my body can be and what really
Mhm.
is fit.
Mhm.
I see that I could be a lot leaner and that can be me. Like I never thought that was me, but I'm seeing this
Mhm.
can be me.
Mhm. Mhm.
And, and I'm still on this journey because even though I lost close to 40 pounds, to be really fit as fuck, can I say that?
Yeah, you can. You can.
If you want to do that, it's going to take time, and you said the progress is better or slower, and it's been like a pound a week or more. But I want this is for life, right? So it doesn't matter what time
Yeah.
it takes. It really
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's the process that's important, as you said. It really is.
Yeah, the ancient Egypt had a concept about time. So one was the called the chronos. Okay, so chronos is just the time as we measure it by the hour and just the quantitative amount of time. Okay, and
Right.
then they had what they called kairos, and kairos was the quality of time. And when we enjoy the fat loss phase and we enjoy the changes that we make, and we still get to enjoy our diet and socializing, and we have our favorite foods included,
Right.
then the kairos is high. The quality of time is high. You're not thinking about this, oh, when is this shit finally over, right?
Yeah.
And when you have it, or when you achieve your results in this way, with a smile on your face, that's the only way, in my perspective, or from my perspective, that leads to sustainable results. So
Right.
this is how it has to feel like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm making consistent progress. It doesn't feel like necessarily slow, but I'm also not doing any extreme stuff like 2 workouts a day and cutting out all the fun stuff, cutting out alcohol, cutting out carbs, cutting out, like sugar, and like you would feel miserable and you would arrive at your goal weight, but then you're like, oh my goodness, finally I can go back to my normal habits again. This is what this was me. This was me 12 years ago, and this is what I see happening in real life with so many people. And yeah, how did we do this? How did we do this? Like, did it feel like a lot of sacrifice? Did it feel like a lot of suffering?
No, not at all. Like in fact, that's what you're talking about the process. So it doesn't feel like okay, I get to this weight and then I'm free. I'm like like I did all this work, and
Yeah.
like the process of what we've done together, it is work. But the whole thing I think about anything in life is that it shouldn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like
Mm,
work.
mm,
It's you,
mm,
yeah,
mm,
doing measures to get to where you want to go, but it's been great. Like you know me, I still go out a couple of times a week and I'll go socialize and I'll have a few drinks, But one thing is great is I was probably drinking a little too much, so now I'm drinking a normal amount, but I still could have fun. I
mm.
just have learned, like it's become ingrained that I understand what I'm putting into my body, and
Yeah.
if I do
Yeah.
go overboard, it's fine. But I have to realize that day or the next day that I gotta compensate. It's like an equation. It's it's not a secret. So, but it's understanding mentally and the whole process that you've made it, what you've made, because you've made a very intelligent process that is really, if anyone's intelligent, could just follow it easily,
Mm,
and
mm,
and it's you know and the inputs, if you're going to put the input into it, you're going to get the output. So
mm,
it's gonna work. It worked for me, it worked for anyone, as long as they go along with it and trust the process.
mm,
And I'm thankful that I met you. And it's funny that the way I met you, I was just looking at stuff online. I didn't know about you, and I just something with you resonated in terms of your personality being
mm.
positive and bright, and so it just it has to be a good fit like anything else. So it's going to work well with
Yeah.
whoever you're working with. If it's the right person, which I believe you're selective, it's going to work. It
Mm,
definitely will work.
mm, mm.
So
Yeah.
it's been
Mm,
yeah. So I'm saying it's been a great process. I know in terms of my energy has been really good too. Just in terms of throughout the day, it's sometimes I'd be get tired in the afternoon, like many people too. I never get tired anymore. I don't. There's no such thing as me being tired now, which is great because it allows me to open up in other areas of my life, whether it's to do projects at work, whether it's to be more with my mom, whether it's to be more with my family, my wife. It's great. So it's been good in terms of an energy point of view.
awesome, man. Walk us back to the Barry 1.0. So 5 months ago, like how did your life look like? How did your body look like? How did you feel? What were you unhappy with at that point?
Well, it was a good time for me to start with you then. Why? Because and if you remember, I had some conversations. I said, can't do this now. Maybe like, why am I doing this now? Because I was at a very stressful moment in my life. My mother was not well, and I'm always really helpful with my mom and stuff, and she was not well, and
Mm,
it was taking up a lot of my time. I was also moving my office. And that's just when I was thinking of starting with you, and you said do it, and I said, I just, how can I do this? And you told me that's that's the time to do it. And it's true. It's if I could do this and start this in one of the busier periods in my life, then I have this. Then really,
mm,
then
mm,
you could see that it's really it's a testament to your engagement with me, but also the process that you created. So I saw that, and I said, you know what, I got to do that. Why I wanted to, especially at that point, is that I had gained a few pounds with my mother, the stress of, my mother not being well,
Mm.
and it wasn't watching, as carefully what I should be eating at all. I wasn't being careful at all what I was eating and drinking too much. So, and I still always have been somewhat athletic and active, but and exercise, but not to any really regular extent. Like now, and it's still not. I'm not a workout fiend with this whole process. I've been going from doing maybe 2, 3 workouts a week. Now I'll do probably 4 or 5, but not crazy workouts. I work 30, 40 minutes a workout, and working on different things, and
Mm.
it just feels great because I want to work out 5, even 6 times. Some days I feel if I haven't done anything, I'm missing something, and when
Mm.
I'm doing it, I feel I'm energized. So it's positive. It really gets the positive thinking going as well, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it for you when you joined? Was it more about the physical appearance, your energy levels, or was it a mix? Did your doctor say anything? Like what made you join?
That's a good question. So yeah, that wasn't my doctor that said anything. It was for a few reasons. So like I guess I was turning 65, so
Yeah.
not that I was stressing me so, but it's just like one of these milestones, right? So you could retire in the old days at 65, but
Hmm.
I'm saying okay, quality. You're talking about quality
Hmm.
before. Quality of life to me is really important. Like I like to live to a good old age, and I believe I will
Hmm.
with good longevity in my family. But more important is the quality of life, and I was thinking to myself, along with putting on a few pounds, I'm not going to have the quality of life that I'm going to have when getting into my 70s and 80s or maybe 90s, and being, being there for my wife, being there for my kids, being there for my business, my employee, and for myself. I would still want to be a ski bum when I'm in my 80s. I'm a fanatic skier, and I don't want to stop that. And I already, like what I was telling you the other week, when I'm running around, if I'm on a pickleball court or something, I just feel like a kid. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, you mentioned something on the pickleball field that people were commenting. What was that?
Well, it's just that I had so much energy. Like I was playing with these people, and like I was just running like the court, like the getting to everything, and they said like, "Where are you getting this energy from?"
Yeah.
It's like,
What you probably must have collected some compliments over the last couple of months or weeks, right? So what does your how did your environment react? Your family, your friends, what did they say?
it's very interesting, the environment, because and that's people in general. Like, so many times people are, everyone's like in their own minds, right? So at
Mhm.
first, like, I'd lost a bunch of weight, and some people didn't realize at first, and then some people go, "Oh my God, you're a different person," and then and then other people said, "You look amazing." A bunch of people, especially in the last few weeks, I've been to a couple events or a business event, say, "You look so good, you look amazing." So it's that's been a nice feeling. But even with my wife, she has wanted to emulate some of the weight loss, so she's been eating better and she's looking fitter. So
Oh.
that's great also. Yeah. So and then, it's funny. Some people come up to me. I think I mentioned it to you that and saying you're getting too skinny, or or you're so skinny. But it's just that's natural comments, I think, from people who are just not sure what to say. And I'm sure some people think, oh, maybe he's sick. He lost all this weight. He lost all this weight. So sometimes people want to be careful. But yeah, it's been mostly a really positive and nice reaction to see, for sure.
Oh man, great. And
And just sorry to interject, but
yeah.
I know you once mentioned, like, part of it is this should give you confidence, and yeah, it does give you confidence whenever you're anyone. It's almost universal. It's when you're thinner, when you're feeling fitter in your clothes, fit, and you're feeling thinner in your
Mm.
clothes. You're not worried about hiding your belly. You're not sucking your gut. It's just it's a bit liberating because it's like you're not hiding behind anything. Like everyone
Yeah.
who's overweight, they're always like this. They're always like covering themselves. It's like a lot of work. It's a lot. So
Yeah.
so so I remember going back like in my 20s. I was a social smoker.
Mm,
And
mm,
and I remember like I was always embarrassed as a smoker. So like I'd always like work to like hide it, to take gum after I smoked a cigarette. I was always working trying to hide it. So like when I quit finally, and I think I was 30, I quit. Like it felt so liberating. I don't have to worry and hide. Like, I'm done. It's done.
ah,
So
ah,
I feel like it's, I don't have that's just one less stress. I don't have to worry if I'm heavy, if I'm gained weight. That's not even part of who I am. It's like it's gone.
mm, mm. Well, what were your biggest surprises on this journey so far?
Biggest surprises. I think a few things. A few things is that I could eat as much food and still lose weight.
Mm-hmm,
Like I eat probably as much or more than I used to. It's
mm-hmm,
just eating the right things. So
mm-hmm,
it doesn't feel like I'm starving myself. I'm still losing weight, and I'm eating like just better stuff, more fruits and vegetables, and
mm-hmm,
I just better proteins, and so it just like surprised me that, and also as I was alluding to before, mentioning that it's I'm realizing more what it is to be fit. Like I thought, like
mm-hmm.
I knew what it was to be fit before, but I didn't really. It's I'm learning more what it is because until you're there, you don't know, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
so
yeah.
so that was one of the nice surprises, and it's good.
You've been on vacation to Greece. How did that go? 3 weeks,
Greece,
I think it was, right?
Greece was a great trip, first of all, and that was great family vacation. That was wonderful.
Ah,
Um, and I was really worried. You may remember a conversation we had before I left for Greece. I was concerned because I was doing so well. I said, you know what, I'm going to flub it all up. I'm going to go to Greece for 2 weeks. I'm on vacation, and all that progress is going to be negated, or some of it will be negated. And while I was in Greece, I wasn't being as careful with measuring my inputs, but
mm,
I was reasonably careful in what I was eating and still eating good food. And Greece is a little bit easier, more of a Mediterranean diet, but I still eating more food, good food, having a couple of drinks each day. And I said, and you thought you'd probably gain a couple of pounds. And I said, for sure, I can get on the scale and I'm going to gain a few pounds. So I was ready to gain those few pounds. I get on the scale. I actually lost weight being on vacation for 2 weeks. I could not believe it. I could have floored that. Even the people saw me and said, "What happened? You went on vacation and you look thinner." So it was great. It was just, you sort of that process. I was starting already to learn what I needed to think about, what needed to do, even on the vacation. Still have fun, still have, still celebrating, and but still being where you want to be.
mm, mm. Awesome, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big achievement because you just implemented what we've discussed earlier and or before you left. And then you managed to have a bunch of fun with all the holidays. No, no, what was it? It was like
It was the
a
Jewish
family
holidays.
gathering. You've had a wedding there.
Yeah. I had lots of stuff coming back. I had a wedding in Greece, and I came back, and it was the holidays right after with lots of not the healthy foods and stuff. So I was always so concerned, and but I really I'm less afraid now to go through all these social things. Like for the Jewish holidays, I was really worried, now coming up to Christmas time and stuff. But I'm not worried because I know I have it. I have this.
Mm,
I've learned how to navigate. And
mm,
that's, I think, and you told me times, but it's true, to make this a permanent thing, you need to navigate life. Life's not going to stop all of a sudden because, you're trying to be healthy, and you're not going to have occasions where you're not going to have the perfect diet. It's going to happen, but it's
yeah.
learning how to navigate it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I know instead of being perfect, it's about making the best out of each situation, right? And then you have good chances. What would you say to someone? I mean, you've had your concerns before joining us that you were too busy. If someone tells you, "Hey, I am too busy to get in shape. I'm gonna get around to it when the business slows down, when the next project is finished." Like, what do you tell that person?
Well, I guess one thing is, like the Nike commercial is just do it. Ju- Just do it because there's always going to be a reason why you can't. Like, especially, Life is so fast-paced today. It's like
Mhm.
we feel like we can't catch up with time because there's the next thing coming at us,
Mhm.
whatever it's work, social celebrations, that just whatever. So it doesn't matter. And if we tell ourselves or rationalize to ourselves that, there's a bringing a better time, there isn't. It's not like the present. So I think if anyone's feeling I need to do something about my appearance, my physical being, my mental state, and this resonates with them. It's just do it. There's no time like the present, and trust the process. Trust your process, what you created, is very 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 effective. It's just you and the process. So it's a great combination. I'm very happy that I saw you and met you because I'm a different person. I'm not so different, but yeah, there is a change, and it's a good change.
Yeah, cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
What are the next goals for the Barry? Maybe Barry 3.0 or
Well, it's
what
what life is always a journey. We have goals, but also things evolve too,
yeah,
right? So we have
yeah.
both. My goal is, it's funny, like I told you, a few people have said to me that you're too skinny or it's enough. And funny, I remember we had a conversation. I said, okay, when, like, do I stop soon? Like, meaning, like, how do I know when I've got to the point where I feel I've lost enough weight?
Mm,
But I realize now that I still could lose a reasonable amount of weight, and then it's not so much the weight, it's the body fat, as you
mm,
said, which is
mm,
true.
mm,
So that I still could lose a reasonable amount of body fat where I think I could be. I don't have to be perfect, that's one important thing I feel is that there's no such thing as perfection. I'll never
yeah,
be perfect,
yeah.
but I realize I still have a while to go on this journey of being leaner, and I'm excited about that. So I'm going to continue over the next months, and might take a year, whatever it does. It's not a race, right? As you said.
Mm, mm,
And I wanted to do it also because I want to be healthy. That
mm,
we all know statistics and stuff. If you have better blood levels, if you have less fat levels, there's no guarantees, but you're setting yourself up for a better result and better outcome. So
mm.
I want to continue on that vein, and I'm excited for it. And then I think that I'll see also as I go on in the next months, next year, like how I'm feeling about my body. And I'm excited about also having the energy to do different things in my life in terms of, as I get into, I don't know if I'll ever want to retire. We'll see. But it's one day I'll probably feel I need to. But I'm also now looking at different phases of getting into different things. I already do volunteer work, different things, but I like to do other types of volunteer, even compared to what I
Mhm,
do now. So,
mhm.
so we'll see. I'd like to ski more, so we'll see this winter. I know I already have 2 ski trips booked, so
Oh, watch out, world.
yeah, so that's fun. That's fun. We're talking about the trips and stuff. There's one group we go to Europe and they love their eating and their wine. So I will look at them and say, "What happened to you? Like you're not drinking as much and you're so thin." But that's all good. I'm not afraid to tell them the why and all that. And I'm really looking forward to the skiing and just being with good friends and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the best way to deal with this with your environment in general, but people also who are like, hey, what have you been doing? Like, well, also people who are like, no, you're getting too thin now, right? So the best way to deal with this, from my perspective, is tell them what you are doing, what is your big goal behind this, right? And then tell them why you are doing this. Why is the most important aspect of
Yeah,
it? And then also how they can support you, and they will move on. For them, in the beginning, the change is scary. And
yeah,
they feel like, oh, maybe he's judging me now that I need to get in shape. So just take it with a smile on your face, take it as a compliment, and don't expect anybody to change. But they will watch you closely, and they will be like, yeah, maybe I should. So if you can inspire one person by being authentic, then it's absolutely worth it. But most importantly, you stay true to yourself and don't do it just because you want to do someone a favor or you want to be liked. That's not the right reason, right? So Yeah, no, I think you totally get this. You absolutely get this, and I have big plans for you too. So next thing
You have
is
that already?
yes. So next thing is going to be reviewing your blood work after month 6. So I'm expecting to see some significant changes with the way your body is like your insulin sensitivity, the
Right.
way that your body is processing insulin and glucose. Then also your testosterone levels, I expect them to have gone up over the last couple of months. So lots of big changes from the blood work then. And then my goal is to get you to see your abs and to be in like an exceptional shape, not for your age, but for
Right.
any
You
age.
want-
This is my goal for you. So I have big goals for you. I have big goals
Okay.
for you. I really enjoy working with you, man. So any final words before we head off?
No, I think we've discussed a lot. Again, I want to say thank you to you for being passionate, because you are passionate about what you do, and that's really in everything, anything anyone does. If that's not real and that's not there, it won't work. So I think that's allowed you to create what you've created, and I've got to experience and be with you in what you created.
Yeah, you're damn right. I'm passionate.
Okay.
Where do people find you, Barry? Where if they want to reach out to you about their insurance, life insurance, corporate insurance, where do they find you?
They would find me at Barry at bmgfinancial.ca.
All right,
Yeah.
bmgfinancial.ca. So go check that out if you need anything about insurance. Barry's a great guy, a very good soul, and kind spirit. So thank you. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for sharing your story and inspiring others to maybe follow your footsteps and get started on their own fittest journey, even if they feel that they are too busy. I think you're the prime example that you can have it all. You can have success in your business life and be fit as fuck, as you said, at the same time. Barry, it
Okay.
was amazing talking to you. Thank you as
Great talking to you,
always.
Arnie.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
time. Talk soon.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Speak to you soon.
All right.
Bye now.
And that's it for today's show. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us. If you want to lose weight but don't want to do it all by yourself, go to arniewildner.com/call and book an appointment for a free 15-minute phone call with us where we'll look at your situation, your obstacles, and your goals to find out if and how we can help you.